Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Aurelia, and right now I'm going to tell you guys and present to you that one of medical journal articles about duration of hormonal contraception and risk of cervical cancer. And where I found this journal sources by this link. So first, what is in this journal? Basically, journal have different kind of structure. There's journal that have an abstract. There's not like abstract is simply about an overview of a journal that all of content of journal. And here are the things. First, background and aim. Second, method. Third, results. And the last one is conclusion. We go to the first section, background. Well, cervical cancer is a leading cause of mortality in women in the world, including Indonesia. That's really dangerous. While in developing countries, including Indonesia itself, cervical cancer ranks as the top most common cause of death in women, about 80% of the total cases. That's really big number, right? And then cervical cancer is a disease with a relatively long development period. From the precancerous stage, it takes around 10 to 20 years to develop into invasive cancer. But even though that this kind of cancer has a long-term way, but study conducted in 2007 by Yvonne et al. Show that about 821 women diagnosed with cervical cancer and 49.7 or around 90.5% died during follow-up. That's really make me sad. And then the changes of cervical cancer patient to survive one after diagnosis is about 92%, and 3 years after diagnosis about 29%, and the last one about 5 years after diagnosis is about 30%. And the last one is about several factors that affect the risk of cervical cancer significantly correlate with cervical cancer. Like these are early sexual intercourse or engaging before 20 years old, poverty or more than 3 live births, and also the use of hormonal contraceptives, which is the main topic of this study. Well, you might wonder what is proposed of this journal. The aim of this study was to determine the relationship between duration of hormonal contraceptives use and incidence of cervical cancer, and also to identify the other factor that is related to cervical cancer incidence. Well, the method to do this journal were first, the patient examined in 2019 at a cancer installation and obstetric gynecology polyclinic in the Central General Hospital in Yogyakarta. And the second one, the total of the subject were 190 women with divided by two kind of groups. First group is about 95 women who diagnosed with a cervical cancer assigned for the case of group. And the other one is the other 95 women with negative pap smear results for the control groups. And the last one, the duration of hormonal contraceptives use, like injectables, pills, also implants, was categorized into two kind of thing. First, more than 5 years old, and second, less than 5 years. And also the other factor like external factor that could be possibly confounders like age of marriage below 20 years old and family records of cancer or genital factors, and also active smoking, or we could say lifestyle and habit, and the last one, three parities or higher. Well guys, the moment of the truth, results. First, we got the use of hormonal contraceptives for more than 5 years is actually will increase the 4.3 times higher the risk of cervical cancer itself. And the other one, like the first marriage was below 20 years, will increasingly the 2.3 times higher the risk of cancer. And the third is parity greater than 3 will increase 2.5 times higher the risk of cancer. And the last one is about there's no significant correlation between active smoking, or we could say like lifestyle or habit, and also family record like genital factors of cancer, with several cancer were found. And the conclusion. Well, guys, so the duration of the hormonal contraceptives, more than 5 years, has a strong association with cervical cancer. And secondly, hormonal contraceptives used for more than 5 years increases the risk of cervical cancer by 4.2 times compared to the use of hormonal contraceptives for less than 5 years. And the last one, the other factors such as first marriage below 20 years old and parity was also contributed to cervical cancer itself. And while smoking, like lifestyle and habit and family records, were not contributed to the incidence of cervicals. So for women out there who actually doesn't want the children, it's better for you to use non-hormonal contraceptives because it's better for us to prevent rather than cure that kind of cancer. So that's all from me, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.